So hey, check it out. Just going to give you all a little update on what things were done to the truck over the winter. So we all know that I rebuilt and reinstalled the heater. It works very well. It works very nice. It gets nice and warm in here now. I installed some courtesy lights and connected them to the switch that came with the wiring kit. Those are just license plate lights, LED license plates lights. The lights that came with the kit were junk. So I also installed a new glove box liner, and I also got a new rubber floor mat for the cab. I still have the original pedal pads and gas pedal. You can see it's a spot right there in the upper section that's all worn out from Sam's boots. So next I have on the list, well, hold on, let's go around the other side. I installed a tachometer, Stewart Warner, to match the Stewart Warner oil pressure gauge. I installed LED lights in the dashboard, LED lights in the speedometer, and this is the very first time I ever put lights into a gauge on any one of my vehicles that I've ever had. So next thing, as you can see, got a prop holding up the hood now because the hood springs just ain't cutting it anymore. These little round devices there. You lift up the hood, you turn around, you walk away, and the hood closes. So we got, oh, that's not them. We have new hood spring mechanisms, hood latch hinges for the truck. I'm going to have to put those on. And I also got the bolts that bolt the hood to the hood hinge. They go up right in through here. There's this little shoulder, the rest that sits inside the big hole, and that's a pivot. But I also have window regulators, left and right. Of course, left and right. I also got the little sliders that go on the bottom of the window, which go onto this pin right here. And I got some new window cranks. I'm going to be getting rid of the vice grips. Another project is I bought this steering wheel cover. The old school style. I've had this thing for a while. It says to lay it out in the sun and let it warm up before you put it on. I guess it'll stretch over the steering wheel a little bit better, but we ain't had very many warm days, so we're starting to get some warm days now, so that's going to go on pretty soon. And another project, I bought this intake manifold, eBay. It has the square Holly flange, standard square flange. The manifold that's on it, that's a lot smaller. The bores are smaller, and even the bolt pattern for the carburetor is smaller. So I never did get around to painting that this winter because it was too cold. So we'll spray some paint on it and hopefully get that put on pretty soon. I got a spare wheel. It needs to be stripped, and I got to find a tire. Then I might have a spare wheel for it. We'll see if that ever happens. But anyway, I have intake manifold gaskets. I have carburetor base gaskets. I have a thermostat housing gaskets. So I got the parts. I just got to make time to paint it and install it. Going to install these hood hinges. That's going to be fun. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I think I'm going to hold the hood up from the rafters with ratchet straps. That, and hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully I don't have any problems with that. Steering wheel cover, window regulators. So anyway, that's it for now. When I start getting stuff put on, I'll try to make some more videos. Talk to you later. Bye. Another little project. I cleaned up the speaker box, which goes right above the rear view mirror. The speaker was hammered, of course. I pulled that out and threw it in the trash and cleaned up the box and put it back on. So we know this truck came with a radio, an AM radio, and it even has an antenna outside. You can see right here, right there, the antenna. But anyway, they do make a round radio, which has Bluetooth, AM, FM, all that good stuff in it. Digital clock, and I'm thinking about replacing the stock radio with one of those. It's actually from a boat. It's a marine radio. So we'll see how that works out. Project on the bottom of the list right now. Another thing we did this winter is we fixed the windshield wipers and got those installed. That wasn't that difficult once I got it figured out. What I did on the driver's side, the shaft that comes out from underneath the dashboard comes up through into the center of this. There's a bushing from that shaft which goes around the shaft and sits inside the wiper arm. Well, that had come loose and I couldn't figure out a way to reattach it. I couldn't weld it. So what I did was I put a set screw in it coming in from the side and to hold that bushing on. And that took care of the problem. But anyway, these are the wipers that I got with the truck, the wiper arms and the wiper part, the metal part that holds the wiper blades. I got some other blades. That's the only thing I could find. I mean, I did find another pair of arms, but the end was a totally different connection and it wasn't working well. So I took the rubbers out of those wiper blades and I installed them into these wiper arms. And it works out really nice. I haven't driven in the rain yet because I still have this problem I'll have to deal with someday. I can actually find a new replacement roof for this truck. And right now they're $500. That might be the way to go. Might be a little easier than patching it in. Someday I'll worry about that, and until then, I'm not going to worry about that. So that's it for now. Talk to you later. Bye. So hey, check it out. Got a couple little projects inside the truck. Going to work on. I have a Stewart Warner tack that I purchased. I need to hook it up. And while I'm at it, I'm going to get the light hooked up for this oil pressure gauge. So I'm going to pull the speedometer out so I find my wires that I need instead of being crawling underneath the dash all the time. Really like how this dash assembly comes right out. American Auto Wire, couple connectors, unclip and go. I did have to do one here for the tachometer, which goes to the coil minus through one of these connectors, this connector here. While I'm at it, I'm replacing these incandescent bulbs, which seem to be burning out, and they're like $3-4 a piece. And I got these LED lights. See how these work out. Gonna replace those for the left and right turn and the dash lights. I'm not gonna worry about the high beam for now. So hey, check it out. We're going to work on some wiper blade assemblies today. I originally purchased these Trico Classics, and I didn't like the big nasty mechanism they have on top of this. This is original, what I got that came with the truck, a lot smaller assembly on top. I think this is going to work a lot better. This is an American-made Trico, but this one here is a China-made Trico. Problem is, the wiper blades are gone on the original arms, or wiper blade assemblies. So what I did was I took this one apart and put the wiper blade, the rubber wiper blade on this arm. So hey, check it out. I'm going to be installing another brake light switch. That's right, another brake light switch. This is the second replacement switch I'll be installing in it. For some reason, they quit working after a while. Don't know why. Maybe I'll try to figure that out. I'm also going to install some LED tail light brake lights, 1157s. They were $25 for the pair. I remember buying incandescent light bulbs, 1157s for, I don't know, less than a couple bucks a pop. Anyway, wish me luck. Talk to you later. Bye. Thanks for watching my update video on the truck. Winter 25-26. It was a long, cold winter up along Blue Ridge Parkway in northwest North Carolina. Beautiful day today, though. Anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.